happy Halloween, or yeah. And welcome to Story Reckless. This is the first time Olive has seen my costume.
I'm seeing this live with all y'all.
So, hello. I can't see anything really, so I can't really tell if I'm in frame. I think I am. Yeah, so hi, my name is Nathan. I will be your DM this evening. I am also I am also a cassowary bird. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up and hopefully it'll be clear.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm in love.
So
Can
yes.
you do like a little mating dance? Hmm? Yeah, yeah.
My headphones are not staying on. Okay, here we go. I think there's somebody talking in chat, but I really can't tell. I can't see anything.
Quaid is singing your praises, as it were.
Yay! Anyways, yes, I'm not going to be like this all night, but just for now, I'll try to do the intro. My name is Nathan. I will be your DM this evening. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm now going to pass it off to our two players.
My name is Claire. My pronouns are they, them. I'm Claire this evening, playing Quidam, half-elf grave cleric.
And my name is Olive. I use they and she pronouns, and I am playing Lovelace, Centaur Barbarian. Centaur Barbarian.
And that's all, right?
And
for
that's
tonight.
all. I don't know what we're doing. I guess we're we're Scooby-Doo adventuring.
Perfect.
We're wandering through the woods looking for the haunted mansion. What's the word for like Scooby-Doo? I'm playing Lovelace, intrepid teen. There we go.
Excellent. And I'm a cassowary bird. So let us do the recap, and then I'm going to take this mask off so I can actually see and do things properly. So, can you all, is this good for DMing like this all the time? Anyways, last time, as Quidam and Lovelace were making their way south, they have been tasked with finding the lost town of Vermeillon, which supposedly had access to a great platinum mine. This supposedly will be their last job for their employer, Box of Screws, the guild kingpin located in Baldur's Gate, their home. They have run into a few little hiccups along the way south, namely some gigantic spiders, but they've managed to deal with these and are only less than a day's ride away from the closest known town to the supposed Vermeillon, a town known as Maerin. As the evening before, when you were ambushed by these spiders, it was revealed to you that your companion, Manfred, who Box of Screws sent along with you, was not actually a human, despite his claims to be such. He was a bugbear wearing a hat of disguise, which fell off during the combat, and his true form was revealed. Both of you were, as usual, very accepting of this, and he told you a bit about himself, and you all bedded down for the evening. Quidam did have a strange vision, though, in the night, of these winding tunnels and voices crying out in the dark for help. But you woke up the following day, and you have the day before you to head towards your first, you've been on the road for about 10 days now, and this will be your first real touch of civilization for a full, since you left Baldur's Gate. And now I'm going to take this mask off, so please pardon me for just a moment. Is that in the background? Olive, I can't hear you.
You're muted.
You're muted.
You look like a bird newscaster. Is the thing. Like, I was expecting you to tell me sports facts.
Yeah. All right. Hi. I'm back for reals. Okay. So, with all of that being said and taken care of, let us jump on over back to the forest. Less than a day's ride from Maerin, as Lovelace, you brought the horses up the night before from the creek, and they are still there by your campsite, and you have all your things together. Manfred is just now climbing up on the back of his horse and getting ready to head out. He looks back to the two of you. Okay, are we ready to get on with the day?
Yeah, I think so.
We got a haunted mine full of unspeakable terrors to find. Something to look forward to.
Well, I hope it's, I hope that's not the case, but we'll see. One thing I wanted to tell both of you as I've continued to read through this book, it might be important information. There were a couple of individuals mentioned by name. The mayor of the town of Vermeillon, who she seemed to be one of the final residents that stayed behind. Her name was Lee Duvzen, and I'll just write that out for you so you can see it. There you go.
I don't know if that'll be necessary, Manfred.
Oh, of course, but just in case. Lee Duvzen, and there's also the local smith, very talented dwarf smith by the name of Tormund, and his wife, Blenus.
It's like that last one again?
Sorry, my pronunciation's probably not so good, and also this the sound quality maybe made it sound like something else. It's BlenYss. Is that? Can somebody?
BLEYNSS?
BLENYSS. Blenus? Blenus?
Yes, sure.
Blenus.
Tormund's a good, strong, traditional dwarven name, though.
Yes. Anyways, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we fall in together, I would like to just lean over towards Lovelace, this time keeping a pretty tight squeeze on my horse with my thighs, because I've learned that much. Lovelace, had a dream last night.
You've been having a lot of those, Quidam.
Yeah. Wet moss, swirling
Ew.
vortexes of darkness, people whispering for help.
Did you help him?
Didn't really get a chance to. I have no idea if that's relevant for anything around here. Who knows? But just letting you know.
I had a dream that last night that I was back in learning kind of how to live off the wilds, and there was the final test. I had to sort all these different berries into different colors, but like they kept spreading little legs and crawling into each other's piles, and I couldn't get it right. Nobody else could see it happening. They didn't believe me.
That sounds stressful.
Yeah. Do you think it means something too?
Who knows? The world works in mysterious ways.
Okay. Well, keep an eye out for any like maybe small spiders, small berries. Don't trust berries today. That's what I'm saying.
All right. I won't.
Great.
All right. So, as you ride down the path throughout the day, it is very much a dirt path, and it has become a bit narrower, and you do notice rougher terrain, and it seems as though you're going slightly up in elevation. The forest itself primarily made up of those evergreens that you've for now seeing for the first time, Quidam, in the bright light of the day. However, there are some other trees growing by the side that give off this really fragrant, pleasant smell. It's somewhat similar, Lovelace, to the drawing tree smell that was coming from those. They have these kind of long, waxy-looking leaves, very dark, or like very verdant green, and kind of spindly branches as they're stretching over the road, and the morning light is kind of dappling through onto the road. And you see Manfred just lean back and as you continue riding towards Maerin.
I would like to pick a couple of, you said long maxi leaves?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to pick a couple and like braid them into my braid for the day.
As soon as you pick some, the scent, the like fragrance becomes a bit more prominent and pronounced, seeming to almost activate with kind of the agitation. And
That's quite nice.
Braided in.
Nathan, could we turn down the background music a little bit?
Oh,
It's pretty loud.
yes. Thank you. I just turned it down. Thank you, Nessius. Good. Yes. So, if you don't have anything else you would like to do on your journey southward, you don't run into any issues, as probably by noon is when you start to both of you start to kind of pick up the scent of campfire, like wood fires. You can see just on above the tree line on the a ways off, faint little plumes rising up, and as the tree line starts to thin, it opens up into kind of a cleared space, rather large cleared space. You can see that where the trees themselves have probably been felled, and before you see this wooden palisade, kind of similar to Bear Ghost's, however the walls a bit sturdier, stronger, and not scorched. And it is a circular village that you see before you that's nestled up against these rocky cliffs. And Quidam, you can see behind it, going up and up and up, the beginnings of the mountains, and then further back, getting kind of that atmospheric haze of blue, you see even taller peaks. And very far, very high, you can see faint little glints of white atop some of the peaks in the far distance. The dirt road snakes along, continuing past this village, but there are other roads that lead in, and you can see there is one main road leading into the front gate area where there are two wooden watchtowers. You can see figures standing atop them, and this pleasant, well, maybe it's not pleasant for you, but that pleasant kind of campfire smell is like omnipresent within the air, and you see many wooden structures just throughout this walled establishment, and a few folks going in and out of the gate.
Do we have an idea about how many people would be living here? Just by looking at the size of the place?
Yeah, it seems to be, based on the footprint, it's definitely a little bigger than Bear Ghost. I'm trying to think of numbers wise. I don't really have a good... Yeah, but go ahead.
Are we looking at the population of North Chapel or the entire outer city?
Oh, I see. Yeah. This is probably... So the outer city is much more densely packed. So yeah, this is probably like the population of North Chapel, like one neighborhood within the outer city. So...
All right.
You can see from up on this like kind of slight little hill that goes down towards the city that the city itself seems to have these three main roads. There's the one going straight in back towards where the mountains are, and in the center of the city there appears to be a very large like open market area, and you can see there are brightly colored stalls set up in that market area with individuals milling about. So yeah.
Well, let's approach.
Okay.
Unless...
Do we have any sort of cover story? Like, are we prospectors? Are we tourists?
I thought we were telling the truth.
Well, I don't see any harm in just telling the truth, and our primary goal is to see if anyone knows if this place even exists. If this is in fact a fictional account, then no one will know of it. So we need to just discover if anyone is even aware of it. So
Yeah. Or people have heard the stories and will happily send us on a wild goose chase just to
yes,
have some fun.
that could be the case. Anyways,
All right, we're happy-go-lucky, clueless prospectors. Got it.
Sure, I can do that. Fuzzy. He does a little gesture and starts riding towards the walls. So, as you all ride in, you do come up to the kind of gates which are slightly open. You see the guards. They just clock you as you come in, looking down, kind of gripping their spears, leaning over. See one of them
Do they seem
raise a hand.
concerned at all? Lovelace is heavily armed.
That is fair. Yeah, I think seeing Quidam and Manfred, they wave at you, Quidam, and then one of them looks at you, Lovelace, coming in with your pike and your 2 short swords.
And 4 javelins.
And 4 javelins, like all like slinged up on your back. And you do see one of them kind of lean over the back and say something. And as you are riding up to the gate, an individual in heavier armor seems to be probably the captain of this outpost here at the front gate, just steps forward to kind of hold up a hand and walks up to you, Lovelace. Pardon me. If you don't mind me asking, you're entering our city our village rather heavily armed. What is your business here in Maerin? And looks over at you and Manfred as well.
Perfectly understandable. We're heading up into the mountains and are stopping by for information and supplies. We were attacked a little ways out of the city. Large spider folk.
Yes, we've been having issues with those beasts on the road, trying to find their nest, flush them out, but no luck. Very well. And you say you're heading into the mountains?
That's the plan.
Are you going there for any particular reason?
You'll have to ask the brains of this outfit. And I gesture towards Manfred and Quidam.
Our friend here is we've hired as a bodyguard for just such eventualities as happened yesterday on the road. My name is Quidam. This is Manfred. We are primarily interested in finding the town of Vermeillon, which we have heard is within the mountains up around here. Have you heard of it? We know it has been lost.
No. Never heard of a place like that.
Oh.
A town? I think I would know of such a place. Is it a
we don't know-
human establishment?
I believe so.
Well,
What was
no.
that?
Make an insight check.
13.
Genuinely seems to be a bit confused by your claiming that there is a human town hidden in the mountains somewhere.
All right. We don't know that it's a town necessarily, a village, mostly connected to a mine. Are there rumors of lost mines up in the mountains?
No, but there is I believe there's a a prospector and the Bored Weasel Inn. Might be worth speaking with them. A gnomish fellow.
Thank you.
Goes by the name of, Do you remember the name of that one that was going into the inn? The gnome? I don't know. I don't remember. Ren? I tried Ren.
Thank you very much. And could you point us towards this inn?
Yes, just go straight down this road, and to your left, you'll see a large wooden building. It's right in the town market area, in that big circular area there.
Thank you. What was the name of the inn? I'm sorry, the Bored
Weasel.
Weasel, thank you. All right. Well, we can start there, and we can certainly spend the night if we need to. I say to my other two companions.
Well,
Sounds good.
Best of luck to you. And
Thank you
he
very
will
much.
Step out of the way and let you proceed. Going into the city, the village itself, you find yourself in all not many paved roads here, all dirt. However, you do see up ahead that kind of town square seems to be the one exception. This area that has been nicely cobblestoned out to create this nice little marketplace, and you can see there are multiple stalls just bordering the periphery of this little town square area. You are greeted with the sense of baked goods wafting over the air. You can see one stall just as you're coming into this area off to your left that has what look to be freshly baked pies, as well as some bread resting out on the wooden counter area. Yes?
Oh, well, I will avail myself of those when when there's a moment.
I think Lovelace is gazing longingly at those pies as we go by.
You can also see there is a flower stall set up as well with these beautiful flowers, brightly colored, which actually seems to be set up directly in front of this larger wooden building with like a brick chimney coming out the backside. And you can actually smell the scent of some very savory foods wafting through the door of this establishment. And above it, you see this little sign with a kind of crudely painted weasel that's just lounging and kind of looking wistfully up into the air, twirling a little daisy in its paws. And it says, "The Bored Weasel." You can also see...
This place is downright pleasant.
I know, right?
You can also see that off to your right, so the inn is to your left now as you're coming into this market, and off to your right there is another stall which looks to have a little stall set up. There's a dwarven woman back there, this like thick black curly hair, and she was wearing a red suit with like black accents, and she has what look to be a bunch of like potion bottles and poultices, and there is
someone I can talk shop with.
And you also see which she has kind of prominently on display, this like beautiful rope that's like coiled up, kind of hung up on a little placard, like right off to her right on her little stand. So, and on top of all that, you can see there's one individual who seems to kind of be like surveying this marketplace, and he is walking around, just kind of looking around, and has a little journal that he's pulling out and taking notes, and he's going up and speaking with some of the vendors and getting into small talk with them. So, what would y'all like to do?
Pastries first, I think.
Pastries first. I like where your head's at.
Okay. Okay, so you head over to this little pastry vendor, which is directly in front of the inn, kind of off to the left side of it. And you walk up and you can see these beautiful pies and breads. There is this, let's see, wasn't ready for. There's this very jolly looking man, kind of rotund, with this kind of bit of a scraggly neck beard and like long scraggly hair that like goes down to his shoulders, that he has kind of pulled up into a bun above his head, and he kind of claps his hands and sees you there. Hello! Welcome! Would you like some pies?
Yes, we would.
Excellent. I have a wonderful apple pie here, and then a cherry pie right here. Actually, the cherries are from the area. The proprietor of the inn provides me with the cherries he doesn't use, and they're really, really quite delicious. I would highly recommend that one. But of course, we have some breads as well.
Quidam, cherries are kind of like berries.
I would like a cherry pie.
Excellent.
Your funeral.
Oh, that was kind of aside to Lovelace. Sorry, I know you're standing right next to each other, so it's hard to tell.
Well, so of course, take your time. Whatever you need.
Your funeral. I'll take an apple pie.
Okay, excellent. And he will wrap it up. I'm gonna call it 2 copper pieces for the apple pie.
Yes, best 2 copper pieces
And
I
he
ever
passes
spent.
it over to you, and Quidam, if you want anything.
I would like a cherry pie.
Okay, another 2 copper pieces. He happily wraps them up and passes them over to you. And Manfred just leans over and kind of points at this little pastry that seems to have some like cream, like some kind of cheese in it, and he points at that and goes, I would like that one there. Oh yes, of course, a Danish. Here you go. And passes it over. I don't know what it would be called in Favorite, but
I know, I was thinking that.
So you have your sweets, your pastries. What would you like to do? Yeah, exactly, Nessio Squid.
Nessio Squid, I have so much copper right now. Should we get ourselves a room for the night and head up tomorrow morning? Do we want to just
Seems good to me. Let's poke
Ran.
around, see what we can find out here.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that.
Okay.
We will enter the inn, the Bored Weasel.
Okay. Walking into the Bored Weasel, you step inside and you can see that at the back of the establishment there's this grand fireplace with a not a roaring fire right now, just like some kind of embers in the bottom at the moment, but there's still that ever-present wood smoke smell in the air. There are multiple round tables throughout the establishment. The current floor you're on is kind of this cobbled or flagstone floor, but off to the left, there's some wooden stairs that go up to a kind of slightly raised area, and at the back there, you can see a wooden bar who is being manned. Is being manned by this very old-looking gentleman. Dark skin. He has this kind of little tuft of very coarse white hair, just like clinging to the top of his head. But he's just currently leaning on the bar, surveying the place with kind of a wry smile on his face, and he has these very like thick, gnarled hands and kind of stooped shoulders. You see a woman that is a human woman that's just like frantically darting around the place. Very short, dark hair, kind of in a messy bun that's just like all over the place. She sees you enter, immediately looks towards you. Hi, please just seat yourselves wherever you want. I'll be with you in a moment. Thank you, and welcome to the Bored Weasel. If you want anything, you could also go to Lucas up there at the bar. He could help you. Not just me. I'm not the only one who works around here. So anyways, just find a seat. Thank you. And just like darts off to help some other people. You can see off to the right, immediately kind of tucked into this little table with all these papers out, there is a small gnomish man there who's just like frantically kind of writing and has like some tea set up and a little bit of eaten leftover breakfast. At the back towards the fireplace, you hear this like gentle strumming on a lyre, just like very gently plucking, and you can see there's a half-orc woman sitting by herself in the corner there, just plucking on this absent-mindedly, with like a big thick mug of something steaming in front of her. And then there are just other patrons throughout. It looks to be a lot of folks who are probably taking a break for their lunch right now, as it's about noon as you're coming into here.
All right. I would like to go up to Lucas because I'm getting Ada vibes from him.
Okay. Okay.
Tall, stooped, and relatively elderly.
Yes. Okay. So you walk over to the bar to greet this individual. Lovelace, do you want to go with Quidam over there?
I would like to set down my pack somewhere and like maybe a couple of the weapons in the corner.
Okay. Yeah. Easy enough.
So I'm not like coming on full on like armed to the teeth to every conversation.
Yeah. There's an empty table kind of by the bar. So you head over there and kind of set your things down. Manfred will join you as well, kind of setting his things down. He takes a big, just kind of slump down in the chair. And as you approach Quidam, you see this individual who seems to be named Lucas, who kind of looks up at you, smiles as you approach. Hi there. Welcome to Port Weasel.
Thank you very much. I will slide onto a bar stool.
What can I get you? Food, drink, both?
A drink would be lovely.
A bath? No offense, just could tell you've been on the road.
No, I didn't actually hear the word that you said.
Oh, a bath.
A bath.
Offering.
That...
I didn't mean it in an insulting way. I just could tell you're from out of town.
I think you read me right.
Yeah.
I would like a bath. Perhaps after a drink.
Well, you're in luck. We got one. What would you like to drink?
Could I have a warm milk with honey?
You know what? I can do that for you. Just one moment.
Thank you very much.
Turns around and starts
Actually,
preparing
make that too. Lovelace walks up, joins Quidam. I was just thinking that myself.
He kind of leans on the bar. Huh. Don't get many, no offense, I just haven't seen many centaurs around here. Nice to meet you. My name's
Sorry
Lucas.
to hear that you've been lacking us.
Oh, yeah. We get plenty of folks coming through here, you know, being off the main road, but not many centaurs. My name's Lucas. This is my establishment here. What's your name, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm Lovelace, and this here is the one and only Quidam.
Reaches a hand out towards you, Quidam, for a handshake.
I'll take it.
Very strong grip, despite how old he looks, and his hands are incredibly rough. And then after shaking,
I'll return it.
Gives a
return the strong grip.
Gives a brusque shake and then reaches out towards you, Lovelace, for a shake.
I'll give a shake, I guess.
Kind of grips your hand tightly and shakes.
Folks seem mighty friendly down here. We're from Baldur's Gate, and usually you don't get such a warm reception.
I've heard stories, never been, don't plan to ever go. No offense.
You're not missing much.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, but...
Well, you know, I've always been curious, and he immediately has, like, forgotten about the milk and just kind of leans down forward and continues talking. Can you tell me some things about Baldur's Gate? Why do you choose to live there, or do you choose to live there? Any good things about it? I only hear the worst things coming from folks traveling from there.
That's a pity. Absolutely. Well, I lived there because I was born there, but I wouldn't live anywhere else in the world. And I will wax poetic about the only city I've ever been to, but absolutely the best city in the world.
He just like leans in, and this conversation is going, and he clearly has forgotten about the milk. So if he is not reminded, he's going to continue just talking about Baldur's Gate with you. At one point, the woman who's been running around like comes up and just like slams down this tray with a bunch of empty glasses that are Hi. Hi, Lucas. We're running out of dishes. If you could take these back, please. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Of course. Can I... Oh, your milk. Look, I gotta get them some milk, real quick. Well, Millie, do you mind getting these two folks some... Of course. Yes. And he takes the trays and goes into the back, and you see the door kind of pop open, and a bunch of steam comes out, a whole bunch of wonderful smells of food comes wafting out, and you can see one other person working back there in some sort of kitchen here, chopping on hardwood. And yeah, you are here in the Bored Weasel. What would you all like to do as you are served your warm milk from Millie?
I will pay her double whatever the price of the drink is, just as a slight apology.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Do you need anything else? I can help you right now. I have a moment. Do you want anything else?
If we could have a bath, 2 baths? How many baths do we want? I asked the general group.
Bath would be great.
Of course. Here, let me get the key for you, and you can take turns. I'll get you some towels, and it's just on the other side of the fireplace there. If you go around, you'll see a door on your left. You can't miss it. Just knock. Make sure nobody's using it.
Of course.
Yeah. Of course.
Manfred, you want a bath?
Yes, please.
All right.
And yeah, she'll charge you for that. I don't have it on me and on hand. But yes, she gives you the key, and you are set up. You can all take turns bathing as you like. Yeah, it's just a small room, like towards the back. You kind of go around the fireplace, and as you step in, you can just see this large single tub there. And there's just some simple, handmade soaps, bars of soaps there. And it looks like there is an area to heat up water in like a large kind of cast iron. I'm not sure how they would do it, but the point is you can heat the water up, so you can have a warm bath. So you all get your warm baths and cleaned up. And one thing you do notice is that Manfred's in there for quite a while, and when he does come out, he doesn't look like wet at all. Like his hair doesn't have any. Yeah, it's just like looks completely dry. But as he walks past the two of you, as you're kind of settling in here, both of you get kind of this almost like slight wet dog smell, just like emanating from Manfred, and he kind of nervously adjusts there and let's see, and sits down.
So, want to go talk to Ren? Was it prospector?
I believe so. I look over my shoulder at the gnome with the papers in front of him.
Yep, that's who I was thinking too.
Yeah, they are still sitting over by the front door. And at this point, quite a few of the patrons have finished their lunch and have left. So it seems that whatever rush was happening is starting to come to a close. But Ren's just sitting there with what looks to be a small, like, little shot glass kind of sitting by their side. As they are just like poring over maps as you approach. You can see they're like maps of the area.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Oh.
Might I be speaking to Ren?
Oh, yeah. Renwyn Fiagle. Nice to meet you.
Renwyn. My apologies.
That's all right. Yeah. Ren. It's people seem to just hear that and then it just it's gone. But yeah. Hi. Nice to meet you.
I'm Quidam. I'll hold out a hand.
Lovely. Yeah.
Lovelace, actually.
Lovely. What can I do you for? Grabs the little shotgun.
Well, we have been informed that you are a prospector of sorts, and
Yeah.
we have some perhaps similar goals, uh, shared aspirations. I was wondering if we could pool minds, as it were.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking for minerals in the hills here and ores. I've heard some things that there might be some things in these hills, but haven't really had best of luck. I'm just kind of trying to plan out my route, my best route to see where to start. Do you have any? Did you have any leads? Are you looking for the same sort of thing?
Well, we heard stories about an old mine in these hills, actually.
Really?
Yeah. You know much old stories from around
No,
these
no.
parts?
No, I'm not. I'm not from around here. I mean, you can. That points over to Lucas. That guy's probably been here for a long time. You might, but no, I haven't heard anything about that. But you're saying mine? What kind of mine?
Platinum, actually.
Really, really, really. That is wow. Wow.
Those are the stories. Those are the stories.
You see Millie come over and bring down another one of those little shot glasses, and she kind of and then walks away. Well, that. Oh, can you tell me the story? Can you give me all? I would love to hear all the information about this. Seems
Manfred?
much more promising.
Manfred.
Oh,
That sounds like your sort of call-in.
Sure. Yeah, we heard a story. We're not sure if it is fictional or not, but perhaps there's this town. It is known as Vermeillon. We're looking to see if it is real. No, I haven't heard anything like that. I've been looking over these maps. I've been like talking to all the people. If there was an old mining town, I probably would have found out about it by now, I would think.
Well, there's a rumor that it's cursed.
Oh.
And I'm wondering if that ain't why it has been perhaps left off of maps on purpose and then forgotten about.
Well,
are there any areas of this mountain range that have been like ignored or simply not mentioned to you?
I haven't seen anything like that. At this point, Lovelace, you kind of feel a slight little tug on your arm, and you see that Millie is kind of like tugging on your arm and just like leans over. Lucas wanted to speak with you real quick.
Y'all seem to have things situated here. I'm gonna go talk to our friend over there. I'll be back later.
All right.
And Lovelace, I was like, thanks.
Oh, yeah, nice to meet you. So yeah, I would love to, and he just like kind of going off how he wants to get involved with this. And Lovelace, as you head over to the bar, you see Lucas sitting there smiling as you approach, and he leans over. Millie informed me about what you were just talking about with that young man over there. Vermeillon?
I was just about to come and ask you about it. You seem like you've heard a lot of stories about this place.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Oh.
Yeah, lost a lot of people there.
So it's real.
Oh yeah. I used to work there. That was a long time ago. Why are you looking for that place?
Well, our patron, let's call her, caught wind of it, and you know, folks, they hear about platinum and they want to know more. Start tugging at those threads.
Of course. What do you plan to do with it if you were to find this place?
You know what? That's a great question. I'm sure Patron has ideas about opening it up, exploiting those resources, throwing more good lives after the pursuit of metals from the earth.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. If Vermeillon were to become a established place, it would bring in new business into here. But are you you think you're gonna be trying to go up there and find it?
It'd be hard to keep us away at this point, I think.
All right.
If you can tell us anything about what happened, some sort of curse, folks getting picked off in the night.
Oh, yeah, I've heard stories about something. Everybody left. I was there for the accident, and that weren't no curse. That was just an accident. Lost 30 people that day.
I'm sorry.
Well, if you're planning to head up there, I can do my best, show you a way on a map. But if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor, just could you bring some flowers to my wife's grave?
Of course. Yeah, I
Thank
can do
you.
that.
All right, well, let me go get a parchment or something. I'll do my best to explain this to you.
Kind of toddles back and comes back with some parchment and starts sketching on it and kind of telling you about these landmarks. And he goes,
It's probably gonna be about 3 days travel from here. It's a rough journey up through the mountains. But you're gonna be going up towards the back of the town. There's kind of the start of a valley that'll lead up into the mountains. You're gonna be following that all the way. And as long as you stay down in that valley, you should eventually come upon God knows if there's anything left, but hopefully the gravestones will be there. And yeah, there'll be this one rock formation that'll really clue you in towards the back of the town. That's where the mine entrance is, and there's a great cliff that heads up. Usually wonderful trees growing up at the top there, way above the town. So,
What was your wife's name? Is it marked?
yes. I know her name. It's almost there. Oh dear. Why isn't this information so readily available? Lorna. Her name was Lorna. We both worked in the mine, and, well, she was on the other side when it happened. I left shortly after. Yes, anyways,
Anyway,
and
thank you.
he'll sketch out on the parchment as well a rough kind of layout of the town itself. So yeah, I'll pass that over to you.
Great. I'll go get some flowers from
Oh, yes,
those folks outside. They seem mighty nice.
yeah, Astra, you can speak with them. They're right out there. Thank
course.
you.
Thanks, Lucas. I'll let you know how things are coming back.
Of course, thank you.
And at this point, Quidam, the conversation is kind of hitting a dead end as he basically is just like drilling Manfred for any information about Vermeillon, and Manfred is kind of doing his best to like give the details and just being polite. But yeah.
Hey, Renwyn. Like, Lovelace walks up, slaps the parchment down. Feel like going on a field trip? We got the map.
You, what?
Yep, 3 days travel, right up that valley. Whole place is real.
Where'd you get this?
Lucas,
That's incredible. What?
we're heading out in the morning. You can join us? We could use somebody who
Yes, of
knows the
course.
way around Oak Mine.
Yes, of course. Yes, I'll definitely be joining you. Pardon me a moment, and kind of steps around and like waddles over to the bar and kind of gets up on the bar, and you hear him like raised voices towards Lucas. Lucas, I've been asking you about ores, and you knew that there was a platinum mine in these hills.
Up, just like picks him up, moves him back to the table,
He's like,
and puts him
like
down.
trying like, hey. It starts like,
We've asked Lucas enough about this. No need to harangue the man. It's a sensitive subject for him.
Been asking him questions. I've asked everybody about. He knew I was looking for ores, and he didn't tell me that there was a platinum mine in these hills.
Well, anyway, and
He kind of goes to the back of the bar.
I'll be seeing you around. I gotta go help with the chef.
Steps back into the kitchen. So, what would the two of you like to do as Renwyn is trying to kind of cool off? He immediately orders another one of those little shots and shoots it down. In a huff, starts gathering his supplies up. Well, anyways, you'll be leaving now, tomorrow? When are you leaving?
What
Just gotta
time
get
is
my
it
things
right now?
together. It's probably like approaching 1:32 at this point.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Very
we,
well.
We ain't no rush.
I'm gonna go to my room. I'm gonna get all my things together, and I'll see you here in the morning. First thing.
After
Okay, great.
breakfast?
Gets all his things together and darts off to his room.
I kind of regret asking him to come along.
Yeah. We aren't. Mm.
On the other hand, this mine did kill a bunch of folks. And no offense, Manfred, I assume that we'd want somebody who knows how to read rocks
Well,
as well as books.
yes, that's probably good. That's fair. I'm not certain that individual will know how to read the rocks. Looked very clean, but seems like he's maybe been in here for a while. Hasn't really seen the surrounding area, but that's fair.
Nor have we,
Understand.
really.
I understand.
I'm more concerned about the political implications of him coming along with us.
We ain't exactly keeping this a secret.
No, but he will want some amount of what we find, if we find anything.
You know what? Lots of folks are going to want things. And, I don't know, Box of Screws is going to need folks to help run the mine. It's not like we can
Just-
keep a mining operation secret.
This
No.
could be interesting. So if Renwyn wishes to start his own operation, things could get a bit messy.
Box of Screws can handle a hyperactive gnome, I think.
I'm afraid of that.
Yeah,
Well, it won't be
suppose so.
won't be the first time. Just have to clean the mess up. Anyway, he kind of goes over back to his table and sits down, just kind of quietly, is drinking his warm milk. So, what would the two of you like to do next?
I want to talk to Quidam. Quidam seems worried in ways I think Lovelace doesn't quite understand. So it's like, hey, Quidam, you seem real shaken.
I'm afraid of Box of Screws hurting people. who are entirely innocent. And I'm afraid that the more people we pull into this, like actually take places with us, the more involved people are, the more higher chance they have of getting hurt.
I mean, I suppose so, but it's like, it is their own decision. We'll make it clear that it's dangerous.
Yeah, but it's dangerous in ways we haven't explained.
Well, let's explain it then. Be like, hey, our patron's a cutthroat, bloodthirsty crime lord,
Oh, God.
and jumping in on this may result in your death. Is your greed for gold enough to justify that for you, or do you want to go back to looking for dust in creeks?
I guess we could put it like that.
You can't protect the world from box of screws, Quidam.
Well, I can damn well try. I'm
That seems
sorry.
like an end of...
I don't. Things are complicated with her. They always have been.
I don't understand, Quidam. Does she got something on you?
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that.
Is it something I could help with?
No. No, unfortunately, it ain't. Not at all. Thanks for asking.
Must be something big. Didn't figure you were the sort of person to have a big, deep secret to exploit, but she's not threatening your family, is she, Ada?
No, actually, she ain't. No, this is between her and me, sort of.
All right. Keep your secrets.
And with that, as you kind of go back out into the tavern to regroup with Manfred, more patrons kind of shuffling out. That one half orc still in the corner, just gently playing on the lyre. What would you like to do next? We can of course just skip to the next day, unless you want to do some other things in Maerin.
Before we leave, I would like to check in with Lucas myself.
Okay.
Just to get his version of events.
Sure.
About what the accident actually was, where, like, what happened. We've gotten word of an accident. Like, did something explode in the wrong place?
Mhm.
Did something break? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Yeah, you were able to catch him as he comes back out. You see him kind of like carefully look out the door to see if when Renwyn is in there, and then he kind of comes out sheepishly and is like cleaning the bar off as you approach, and asking him about it. I can just give you a brief little like lore dump. Yeah, I mean, Vermeillon was a very small mountainside town that was established because of the discovery of this platinum mine, and it was doing quite well for like a year or two before essentially the miners got a bit too greedy, perhaps, and were being pushed a bit too hard, and
They delved too deep.
one of the they were experimenting using an explosive substance to, bore out the mountainside, and one of these explosive charges was, I guess he suspects, was not placed quite correctly, and it caused the entire ceiling of that section of the mine to just cave in. He was on the side that had access to the surface, and they spent weeks, I think it was up to a week, trying to get the survivors out. And he describes being able to hear their as they were trying to get through, periodically hearing their screams and their pleas for help from the other side. But it was very dangerous trying to get them out, and some individuals were even killed in the process, as there were subsequent cave-ins just trying to get the survivors out. Let's see. Yeah, so over 30 folks died. There were a total of 60 miners within the mine, and over 30 of them died. The
16 of them, or at least the book said that 16 of them got out.
Yes, they were able to rescue 16 who came out alive. But 11 of the bodies just were never found. They couldn't even find the remains. And that's pretty much where his story ends, because he essentially just left right after that. He didn't want anything to do with Vermeillon after that, and he came down here to Maerin and used what he had to start the Board Weasel, and this has been his entire life. You are getting the sense he's very old, despite his, like, he's doing pretty well. How old, despite his age. This happened 70 years ago, and he was, working in the mines back then. So he's probably like in his 90s. He's incredibly old.
Is he just
a human?
fat human?
It's just a human.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's doing great.
So, yeah, the book, Nessia Squid, they have a box of screws. Just brief little exposition here. Their employer, Quidam and Lovelace, Box of Screws, gave them a book that they found that recounted this whole tale, and Box of Screws wasn't certain if it was real or not. Apparently it was. Talking with him about the book, though, and if you kind of show him or talk with him about it, no? Okay. Then yeah. So that's what you get from that.
I also want to ask, like, are there any specific flowers that he would like to go on Lorna's grave? Is there anything that he would like us to say to her or over her? Invoke anyone's name? Just kind of see if there are specifics around that.
Yeah, if you can get some purple irises, Astra should have some. Those used to grow up on the mountainsides during the summer. Lorna and I love to see the flowers bloom in early part of the summer. In fact, it's about that time of year you might get lucky.
Say.
You might see some of the wildflowers up there.
We can certainly do that.
You can just tell her I'll be with her soon.
All right. I can do that as well.
Thank you.
Thank you for entrusting us with this. I recognize this is very personal, and I appreciate the confidence you have in us.
If you want to know more, Astra's from Vermeillon as well. They're they're much younger than I am, but they, if I remember correctly, came down to Maerin later than me, so they may have some lingering memories of what happened.
All right. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think maybe we cut to the next morning and
Yeah.
Quidam and Lovelace are buying some flowers.
Sure. That works for me. Yeah, so the two of you settle down for the evening, and so real quick, because I am going to be that DM, 5 silver pieces to stay the night from each of you. And we'll say that covers your food costs and all that. But the next morning, you get up, you meet up with Renwyn, and you are all standing out there by the flowers with Renwyn kind of a little impatiently tapping his foot, but has all of his gear like bundled up. And you can see as you step out to this flower stall that Astra is just now kind of like setting everything up, and looks up and smiles as you approach. And this is a non-binary half-elf. You can see has pale skin, shoulder length, red hair that's kind of streaked through with white, and they have these cloudy blue eyes. They hear you approaching, kind of look up wistfully, and let me try to remember this. Hello, welcome. Would you like some flowers? I can. Nice to hear you all coming up here. What can I do for you?
Yeah, if you have any early purple irises, that would be the best.
Oh, I do. I most certainly do. Those are just now starting to bloom in some of the hills around here. Yes, of course. And they lean down and kind of gather up this bundle and bring it up, and you see these beautiful, like, long purple irises. Pass them over to you. That'll be, if you don't mind, 5 copper pieces for these.
Certainly. I will hand that over.
Would anyone else like some flowers? Anyone else in this group?
I would actually.
Oh,
Do
yes.
you have any foxglove?
Foxglove? Of course. Let me see here. Yes, here you are. That'll be 2 copper pieces. I don't recognize any of you. Where are you from? Out of town?
We are.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're actually
delightful.
heading up the valley to Vermeillon.
Really?
Yeah. We heard you
Really?
actually might be from it.
I am. Why would you be going there? You must tell me. What is the story? Why would you be going there? Please,
I mean,
please.
You probably know the stories better than we do. We just got like an old book,
Oh.
promises of old riches, etc.
Yes,
A curse, perhaps.
A curse. Well, yes. That's some people saying that. And then yes, there were the nightmares, of course. And I remember my mother. Oh, my mother would just talk about all these nightmares. I don't quite remember the nightmares, but there were some, I guess. They were always strange, though. Never really made sense. But yes. So I was quite young. You see, I was quite young. But I remember hearing the tales of this awful accident, and then the miners, these rough people that are just down in the ground. Oh, Lucas, have you met Lucas? Lucas was
Yeah.
down there. He is the spitting image of what life down in the earth could be like. Just those stooped shoulders, those rough hands. Oh, what a man. Anyways, there were these awful nightmares that were plaguing the people of the town. And my mother just was having none of it. So, we had to leave, and we packed up our things. And the one tragic thing was, though, I do remember this was actually quite frightening. People were disappearing, which is probably why my mother wanted us to leave. And of course, as you said, people started coming up with these stories of the town being cursed. But, eventually everyone left, except for, what was her name? The
Somebody's
mayor.
still up there?
What was it?
Somebody's still up there? Somebody
Well,
stayed?
I mean, I doubt she's still alive, and she's probably not up there. I mean, we haven't heard anything of Vermeillon in over 70 years. Well, not over 70 years, 65 years or so. The mayor, I believe her name was Lee? Was that it?
Lee Doveson.
That's it. That is the name. And there was this... I have this vague memory. There was a bard. There was a bard who came here to Maerin and asked me questions. That's right. I remember telling the tale of this to this bard. Oh, that was... I hope that bard made it into a book. It would have been such a wonderful tale. Oh. Anyway, so you're going there.
We are. And we have that book.
Really? What? The book was made.
Manfred, would you be so kind?
Oh, yes, it is called, yes, I have the book here, and, it was called, Deep in Creeping Darkness, is what the title of the book was. Oh, wow, I remember him workshopping the name, and he couldn't come up with it, but I think I remember saying something about darkness, so, as a suggestion. I was a little kid, but...
These nightmares that you were having...
Oh, yes?
As a little kid?
Yes.
Do you happen to remember any of them?
I do. Oh, it's so dour. I keep... I do remember it because I still have it sometimes.
Oh, one of those
Really?
reoccurring nightmares?
Yes.
When you're particularly stressed or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really awful. Really, it's quite awful. I can't breathe, and everything I can't see, and I feel, I feel all the rocks pressing down on me, and I can hear voices calling out. It's so unpleasant. I would rather not tell all the details of it if you don't mind.
No, that's all right.
But maybe one day I'll get the courage to speak on it a bit more, and well, anyways, so you're heading up there. Why are you going up there? Why? You just looking for more? Are you gonna write more stories?
I mean, folks in Baldur's Gate get a whiff of the word platinum, and they all
Yes.
get all up in arms.
Of course. Well, good luck with that. I do wish you all the luck, and I hope nothing. I really hope that the curse isn't real. I really hope it's just a story.
I mean, if nothing else, maybe we can poke around and see how maybe some of these stories ended.
Oh yes, and if you do find anything out, please come back. I would love to know.
Of course.
I could, things are getting a bit dry around here with, I've heard all the stories. Everyone's told me their stories. There's nothing new going on these days. So I'd love it if you just could tell me anything you find out. If you have time to chat, I would love to hear about all of you, where you're
We
from.
are heading out, unfortunately.
Of course.
But we'll catch you on the way back.
Well,
Thanks for
thank
the flowers.
You are so welcome. It was lovely to meet you all.
I will let the other three go ahead and lean in close to her whispers, indistinct, kind of breathy, asking for help.
Oh, yes. That was really specific.
I know. Another really specific thing here. An owl with ram's horns, wearing a cloak of feathers. Maybe has many wings.
Never seen anything like that.
All right.
Well, that would be... What is this, Wow, you've quite the imagination.
Thanks. Thank you for the flowers and the information.
Of course.
I will follow the others.
Okay. All right. So, with flowers in hand, and your supplies gathered, and your new companion Renwyn following you from behind, he has a what appears to be a mountain goat that is saddled up with a bunch of supplies on it. Kind of comes clopping up next to all of you as you start heading out towards the backside of the town, where you can see there is a much smaller gate that leads out, and there is a bit of a trail leading up where there are these cliff sides. The town itself kind of built right into the cliff sides, and this back gate, it opens up into this almost like gully where this trail sort of starts winding back towards the mountain. And you set out on this very rough road towards seemingly Vermeillon. Let us see here. I think this is a pretty good stopping point because we're right at about 8:50 now, and I don't really want to push our luck and like trigger some kind of, I don't know, random
Cliffhanger?
encounter or event.
Cliffhanger, Nathan, perhaps?
Yeah. But regardless, you all head out and start heading up this trail, and both of you can see up ahead those mountains looming, and in the far distance these little white caps of snow on the highest peaks. And you will have about 3 days travel to get to Vermeillon. So,
Sounds like 3 random encounters to me.
maybe. So with that, let us wrap up tonight's session. Thank you everyone for joining us. I did want to make one announcement that we meant to make at the top of the evening here, but I was a little distracted.
You were a bird.
Yes. So thank you everybody for joining us. The announcements we have to make. One exciting one is my good friend Peter Buffin helped us get our show here into podcast form. So you can go on to our Twitch page. Is it on our About page, Claire?
It's on our About page. It's
Yeah.
also a social media link right underneath
Perfect.
the screen to the right.
So yeah, if you want to listen along while you're commuting or whatever, you just want to listen and not have the visual component, you can find us on Spotify, Story Reckless, and we have all of our episodes available there, and new ones will be posted probably like Wednesday morning, about maybe Tuesday evening. Yeah, so that's pretty exciting. The other announcement we wanted to make was we are very close to meeting the requirements of becoming what is it, an affiliate? I don't know if we're
affiliate,
actually
yes.
I don't know if we're actually going to do it or not, but we're so close, and we figured let's just like try to hit that goal, because I don't know, it's something to strive for. And
So what it means for all y'all
yes,
is that we're going to have a couple bonus episodes this month.
yes, we are. We're going to stream on, is it the 11th and
18th.
So we're going to do 2 bonus episodes on the 11th and 18th, which are Thursdays. same time. We are just trying to decide what exactly those episodes are going to be. We have some ideas. We're kind of figuring it out. So we will announce it once we know. But yeah.
If you have suggestions, feel free to suggest things. Cannot guarantee that we will do that, but
that's a
your
great
input
idea.
is appreciated.
Yeah, I'll tease a couple of the ideas. These are not guaranteed, but of course, we could maybe try to do a couple one shots, or I know Olive has suggested like DM prep, but I also don't want to give away spoilers. And then the one thing that I thought of tonight that could maybe be interesting, so if folks would be interested, let us know. Map creation. I sometimes make my own maps using like a map tool. So I could do that as a bonus stream and talk with Olive and Claire as I do it and just hang out. But yeah, they will be definitely like little bonus episodes just for fun so that we can hit that goal of it's like 7 streams in a month or something. So yeah. But yeah, I think that is it for the evening. Thank you everybody so much. We will see you next week. Good night.
Have a good night.
Bye.